Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a fine piece of machinery, also known as cobalt steel, which is also the most expensive shovel I could find in my local Lowe's home improvement store. Because today's a special day, 100,000. Are you kidding me? 100,000 of you guys at some point or another made a mistake of hitting that subscribe button, figured I was entertaining enough to hit the subscribe button, or felt I was destined to implode at some point or another and wanted to watch the train wreck happen and hit the subscribe button. Aloha and welcome to the channel. Regardless of the reason, 100,000 of you guys are now subscribed to this channel. We had a deal. I hit 100,000 subscribers because of you. I get a shop. I get a shop. It's funny, over the last several weeks, I have put this little schematic of a shop together on the ground over and over again. We moved it inches back, inches forward, a foot to the left, a foot to the right. Ultimately decided on exactly the location of this build. It is exactly 39 feet from this edge of this gate back to the front corner of that garage. It is angled precisely parallel to that side property line and facing slightly towards the back porch. It's going to create a really cool atmosphere here in the entire backyard and with my home. I could not be more excited to start on this project, kicking off figuring it out in the middle of the summer. I had expected this to happen towards the end of the year, like at the end of the year, but 7,000 of you guys in a month of May decided to join the channel as subscribers, and I cannot thank you enough because we are here way earlier than I anticipated. So we're in a little bit of a rush mode. So what we have here is a 36 by 50 dream shop that we're dubbed naming Molokai. And what we have here from our local Lowe's is cobalt steel. This is legit the nicest shovel I've ever had in my life. And I figure, given we're doing a little bit of a groundbreaking, it needs to be special. So the most special as I could get was a nice shovel from Lowe's. We're not doing a traditional Hawaiian groundbreaking. We don't really have a legit pule happening. I don't have an o'o. So this is gonna be a Texas style Hawaiian groundbreaking with a cobalt true steel. I think these work better anyways. Brother Vico in this cookie. Yep. What? Here we are. This is where it all begins. This is where it starts. This is where it's gonna begin, boys. LSH Garage, Lone Star Hawaiian Dream Garage.
Yeah.
Got your cookie?
Cookie.
Tell you what, guys, this is a nice shovel. I am happy with that purchase. Guys, we have so much to go over. I'm gonna forewarn you that this video is gonna be a little bit different than what we typically see. The reason for that is primarily because of this video right there. Caught some traction. And I think at this point it's up to like 280,000 views. There's two things I learned from that video. Number one is people are absolutely passionate about their HOA will live, breathe, and die by those regulations. On the other end of the spectrum, there's people that think HOAs are the most un-American thing in the entire world. I sit somewhere in between that. To be fully transparent, I've actually enjoyed my HOA here. Now, would I like to not be a part of the HOA, be able to do things with my property without asking permission? Yes. But at the same time, as I've done more research and understanding some of the regulations which we live in, my HOA regulations are almost a duplication of the city building code. So if you couldn't do it in the HOA, you couldn't do it in the city anyways. Now, something important to note about what I'm trying to do here is I'm playing within the rules. There were several folks in that last video that left comments without even watching the video. Everything I'm doing here is within the rules of my association. 20 feet from the fence line, 5 feet from the rear property line. That's a replication of the city building codes as well. I have just over an acre here, so I have a certain limit to the amount of accessory structures that I can have on my property, which again, that's playing within. Where the HOA does step in that's beyond the building codes is the exterior materials that you build it out of. I would love to throw up a metal building and make it look nice, but I can't do that here, which is why we're playing within the rules. We'll be submitting a 36 to 42 inch wainscot with a vinyl siding building. You'll see there my neighbor does have a nice large shed, which is that nice vinyl siding. There are also several neighbors along this county road that have massive sheds, and 2 of which actually have a massive large structure in the backyard that could be a pool house or something else. Long story short, guys, there's precedence, there are other neighbors with it. I'm just a little bit late to the game, and I'm probably going a little bit above and beyond what anybody else has done in this neighborhood, but I'm playing within the rules. I've had back and forth dialogue with the board. They know what I'm trying to do. They know this submission's coming. Guys, I'm not gonna throw $80,000 to $100,000 at something just to tear it back down because I'm being stupid. Let's think here. Come on. Now, as you come here in the front of the shop, you'll notice kind of 2 sticks sitting on both sides. What these are representative garage doors. We have a 10-foot and a 10-foot. I would like to do 10 by 10s as far as the garage doors. And I know a lot of you are gonna say, no, it's too small, it's too short. You need an RV door. And you had me going there for a little bit. I actually thought to myself, I'd do 1 real tall garage door and then 1 normal door, just in case we get an RV. I don't want an RV. I'm not gonna spend 100 grand on an RV. I'd rather spend that money on a nice vehicle, which will fit just fine in a 10-foot tall door. 2 garage doors that are symmetrical. And that was one of the big factors here is I want it to look good from the front and look symmetrical. So I'll throw a man door there on that side to get into the shop without having to go through those garage doors. Now, the biggest piece up for debate is the exterior material we're gonna make this thing out of. I would like to do a nice wainscot all around the shop of brick, so 36 to 42 inches, and then the rest being just a wall siding all the way up to a 12-foot eave. That's the goal anyway, and that's what I'll be proposing in my HOA proposal, but there's a chance that they'll come back and say, hey, since your house is 100% brick, your accessory building or detached garage will also need to be 100% brick. I hope that's not the case, because if it is the case, that cost is gonna... But as you can see, even just with my neighbor, that's clearly all just that vinyl siding. So I think I will be clear for a nice brick wainscot and that vinyl siding up. Now, if you did catch that, 12 feet is gonna be the height of these walls as it sits today. I still need to get a few contractors out here to get an estimated idea of how much that this is going to cost. If I can afford a 14-foot wall, we're gonna run that route. I don't know, try to convince me otherwise in the comments below, guys. Should we go another 2 feet or should we keep it at 12 feet? Now, the last couple of things we have to do because of the HOA regs is, number 1, the roof. We have to run an asphalt shingle that matches your home on the detached garage. Not a problem, I was planning on doing that anyways. Also, with the look and feel of the front, this is probably something you don't have to do, but I would like to tie in some limestone here on the front of the shop. So in the front of my house, I have both brick and limestone. I would like to tie in a little bit towards the edges here, maybe here in the center, to really make it cohesive with the rest of the house. Again, this is just me, Mr. Anti-HOA, trying to make this thing look and increase the value of the property, but also do everything that I would like to do with this detached garage or shop, which is slang for detached garage. So please don't get hung up on the fact I'm saying shop, because it's the same thing as a detached garage. So that was a lot to cover, guys. The main thing I need from you in the comments below is the framing in which we proceed with. I still got to get a couple contractors out here, get some estimates going, but the idea of a pole barn framing versus a stick built, given we are going to do a concrete slab regardless, what's my best approach here? Should I go forward with a stick built frame, or should we continue with what's trending right now, which is pole barns? We're not doing metal siding, we're not doing a metal roof, so I don't know what's going to be more cost effective and more efficient to build that we're trying to build back here. So comments below, team pole barn, team stick built. Let me know what you got. All right, guys, we're gonna take one last walk off the back porch here. Got our nice little 4-foot sidewalk. I think we're eventually gonna slab this in eventually. So we have our 4-foot sidewalk leading all the way down past my beautiful banana trees and my tea leaves. We have it going here, and then the big slab begins. This is going to run directly down the side of the building. We'll probably do a small extension here on the edge that wraps up and around to the small man door that'll be on the side. And then we have just this massive, massive space to utilize. And the very last thing we're going to be talking about is just managing expectations on timing. We don't have a load coming in tomorrow to begin this thing. Next steps here is get a few contractors out here, get a few estimates on what's the best way to approach a project like this and how much it's going to cost. We'll see what happens with lumber prices over the next few months.
Hello.
Hello. And then from there, we get our build plans together, submit to the HOA for approval. Once we get that stamp of approval, we submit to the city for the building permit. Once we get the city to sign off on it, we break ground and begin the project. Now, I would like to do as much as humanly possible myself because I enjoy doing things like this myself. I just don't have any expertise or knowledge in this realm. But there's a chance we'll be renting some heavy equipment, which I'm really, really excited about. I'm gonna try to be as involved as humanly possible. Probably take a week off work just to get my hands on this structure and be able to be a part of the build itself. I cannot be more excited. You guys got us here. I can't believe it. We're already here. That's right, we are here. We have officially broken ground without HOA approval. Ho'omaka, the start, the beginning of something great. I am so excited. I'm more grateful for you guys. But that is going to be the end of today's video. We have a lot happening in that garage right now, which you'll see in the next few days. The ZL1 is getting a lot of attention. So more to come in the next few days. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Aloha. Shoots!